Hello all, and welcome back to Ys I II Chronicles, or I guess welcome to Ys II. Uh, Weirdly enough, it doesn't actually say anywhere on here that this is the Ys II application, except for, I guess, you can't see it, but the little, text on the, what do you call that? I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna dwell on that, because I genuinely can't remember what's called, but the little, tab of stuff where, the minimize and close buttons are whatever that's called. I'm blanking on what it is. Also, weirdly enough, sometimes it says this is a GOG version, even though I'm playing the Steam version. I don't know why, but yeah, it's a thing that happens for some reason. Something that kind of bugs me about this opening cutscene, by the way, is it seems like they originally had voices in mind for this, but then they just didn't. I wonder, were there voices in the original Japanese version? Because there's straight up lip syncing to nothing later. And here it is, the lip syncing to nothing. Alright, now that we can actually move, I guess it's a good time as any to start the timer. Oh yeah, you might notice something a little different in the corner there. That is a mascot. If you move around and make the camera move, the mascot actually moves with the camera. That's a neat little, like, bit of window decoration. You can, like, put it wherever. I put it on the HUD, just out of the way, so that it's there, but also it doesn't, like, bug me while I'm playing the game, you know? Actually, I should probably move it a little lower now that I look at it. You know what, that's fine where it is, but I still want to show off, like, all the different mascots I have. I don't have all of them, I don't think. In fact, I'm pretty sure I don't have all of them, because the way you get certain ones is by basically giving a bunch of shit to various people, and then you get their basic mascot. I think I only did that for Lilia, so she's the only one I have of those, but you also get them for various different other objectives in the game. Like, I think beating certain bosses without taking damage gives you one or two. I'm not certain on that. I don't really have any desire to collect all the mascots. I just have the one that I have and a bunch more. I guess you can try for that if you want, but don't expect this to be like a complete guide for that. Just, like, find a list somewhere. I guess I'll just, like, let y'all read this if you want. Like, I've already done, like, a failed attempt at this, so I don't really have the desire to read all this again. So... I think that's good enough for that. But hey, we got our first objective, kind of. So I guess that's one thing that Ys I, or Ys II does a little better than Ys I, is that it kind of, I don't know, gets you into the groove of things a little easier. Oh, look at that lens flare that seems really out of place in a 2D sprite-based game with an overhead perspective, but oh well. Yeah, the clinic's just right up here, so you don't need to even walk too long. Yeah, I don't think it ever occurred to me how strange it is that a dude is named Leonor. I've, like, never met a single dude named Leonor. But to be fair, I've never met a girl named Leonor either. I think that's more of a European name. And as you can probably tell by my voice, I don't live anywhere in Europe. And hey, got ourselves some starting equipment money right off the bat. Alright, so first things first. Yeah, I just had to do that real quick. Oh, oops. I guess you can see this here. I don't think I want to buy an herb. I guess you can if you want, but like, money is going to be a lot more important in this one than Ys I, because like, you have access to a shop for like the entire game as opposed to like just a little bit of the game at this point. But we got some money to buy some equipment, so let's buy a piece of equipment. So what a lot of people are probably going to do at this point is they're probably going to buy a sword and a shield, because we can't afford any armor right now, but we can afford both a sword and a shield. And you can do that. The sword, I believe, is only like, let's see, 200 gold, yeah. However, there is a way, much like the first game, to get a free version of the first sword. So we're just gonna buy the shield for now. Cheap-ass shield, too. I mean, I guess it is made of wood, so it'd probably break easily, but, I mean, this game doesn't have equipment degradation. And it still shows up as a metal shield on the character sprite anyway, so, you know. The only piece of armor we can buy from him, by the way, is chainmail, which is like 500 gold, so we need to grind a little bit before we can do that. Let's talk to Jade, just for the hell of it, I guess. There's not really much reason to, but he's got some stuff I feel like is worth pointing out. We've got the wing that does basically the same thing it does in Ys I. I think it's like slightly different in this one, but honestly, I don't think there's much of a reason to buy them, considering what we're going to be getting later. Apples are a healing item. Different from Ys I is that you actually have more than one healing item in this game. Apples are, I think, like the most basic healing item, if memory serves. They heal like a little bit of your health. They don't heal a whole lot, but at this early stage in the game, they're pretty much all you'll need. Moral Flower. If memory serves, these give you better these regenerate your MP, which is actually new to this game, by the way, if you didn't notice that in the HUD just there. I'll explain that when we actually have something to explain it with. And you have the Elixir, which heals you from death if you have it equipped when you die. There's only like one of them in the game. It's right here, and it costs like, I think 60,000 gold or something. So we're not going to be getting that for a good little while. We're not really going to be buying much of anything from Jade, honestly. Because, like, everything useful he has, aside from the, the Elixir, can be just found laying on the ground nearby here anyway. So all you're really saving by buying his stuff is time. And yeah, we have to talk to this guy first if we want to get into the mines, by the way. And, you know what, while we're here, let's just talk to Lilia, because reasons. She's kind of an important character. At least to some degree, anyway. And she does give you an apple. Oh yeah, by the way, let's put that on screen real quick. Yeah, you can only have like 3 apples on you at a time, but that's more than you could have healing potions in Ys I. You could only have like 1, which is a bit silly. Hey, Larson. Alright, I guess we could go to the ruins of Mundoria real quick, but first things first, I want to explore Mundoria Field. Not really too much to see here, but there's a little bit of exposition. I feel it's worth looking at. I see you here too. You could, like, jump right off of here and fall to your death. It would take a long time, too. Maybe you'd get caught by a bird or something, and your life would be saved. And you could tell people, hey, I just fell off of a floating island, like, shit zillion feet into the air and survived. Because we always measure things by feet. Only in feet. Let's just get a couple more apples real quick. Come on. There we go. There's another apple tree over here that has one, but we can only have 3 at a time, so yeah. Somewhere around here should be... Here we go. It's a marrow flower. Or Marley. I don't fucking know. Like, I never know how to pronounce that. Like, I always just pronounce it like Meryl because, I don't know, that sounds closest to right to me. And hey, secret little cutscene here. I guess real quick, let's go head over here and just pick another one, because they do regenerate whenever you leave and then re-enter the map. And I guess now, it's about time to head on to the ruins of Mundoria, which are just like on the top right corner of this map here. And they explained the bump system again, for no real reason, I guess. I guess in case you play 2 first for some reason. Also, I really like the music for this little area here. It's kind of a shame it only plays in like this one little map that you're barely in. Yeah, anyway, let's talk to this guy because, well, his name is Legs for some reason. Yeah, you talk to him. If you don't have a short sword, he'll just give you one. So yeah, now we have a shield and a sword. We're not exactly fully decked out or anything, but, you know, we can defend ourselves okay. Yeah, also, these guys, if you try to have them right now, you, can't. You need to be, like, a certain level, I believe, first. So let's just explore the ruins of Mundoria real quick. See what there's to see. Yeah, by the way, enemies now have this sort of alternate attack method where, like, occasionally they'll do like a sort of scratching maneuver. It's not exactly a super useful thing. I guess it's just there to make sure you don't just wail on like one. Hey, cool, my controller just started acting up. Nice. That's gonna be really awkward if that shows up on screen. But yeah, it's not really super useful. Like, unless you're, like, ramming into someone and they have someone behind them, there's not really much of a chance the scratching attack will even hit you. And if there was, then, I mean, you would have gotten hit anyway from other means. But I guess it's good to keep the illusion that they're doing a little more than they really were. By the way, that tablet, I don't remember exactly what it's for, but I do remember that you want to get it anyway. And somewhere around here is a chest that's just barricaded behind a stone wall from like all angles. Don't worry about that. We will see what there is to that when we get to it, I guess. Alright, so I've gotten like 1 level up. That shouldn't really be enough to warrant going in here just yet, but let's just talk to this guy so I can like cut kind of. you know, kind of okay. So yeah, before heading into the dungeon proper, I would recommend grinding until you're about level 5. It shouldn't take too long, because levels in Ys 2 aren't quite as, like, drastic as levels in Ys 1, because the level cap's, like, way higher. It's, like, I think 60 to Ys 1's 10. And you level up a lot quicker than you did in Ys 1, so... yeah. Anyway... next you see me, I will be at that level, probably.
From Europa, I can fit into your center.